aspirants, I welcome you all to daily editorial analysis of Shankar IAS Academy. Today's date is 1st of April 2025. Now displayed here are the list of articles that we are going to discuss today. In this first article, we'll be discussing about online gambling and what are all the challenges with it and what are all the measures government has taken to reduce this online gambling. In the second article, we'll be talking about government assurance. So there is a particular thing called assurance, and we'll be seeing what it is meant by and what are all the challenges, what are all the highlights of it from the mains perspective. So without any delay, let us get into the article discussion. Now look at this article. This article talks about online gambling. Now currently it is in news because a lot of youth who has easy access to online, they are becoming more addicted to these online gambling. So from the mains perspective, this particular topic, it can be asked under a GS paper 2 under issues related to development and management of human resources. And even in UPSC prelims, you can expect this question in economy and social development. So without any delay, let us get into what is this online gambling. So gambling is nothing but the outcome is based on luck and not skill. So here comes the difference between two important things, the game of skill and game of chance. So what is this game of skill and game of chance? When we are talking about game of skill, the skill of the person will be employed in that particular game. But when we talk about game of chance, the entire setup of the game is based on chances and not based on skill. You require skill at some places, but the outcome is mostly based on the chances. But when we talk about the game of skill, it is not like that. So if you have to win that particular game, you require expertise, you require practice, and you require skill. So the outcome is only based on skill. For example is chess. So we can tell a game of skill, a very good example for game of skill is chess. When we talk about game of chance, it is a game where the chance wins. A very good example is lottery. So this is the very basic difference between the two. When we talk about gambling, it is one of the game of chances. Now talking about online gambling, it is like betting through internet on casino games, sports, lotteries, and etc. So these online gambling is also gambling as well as online gambling. It will be coming under game of chance. And the skill-based games, just now we saw about that. Talking about the legal status, skill-based games are legal. So this is legal under Article 19(1) Clause G. Okay, remember this skill based or the game of skill is actually a legal thing, but betting or gambling is illegal. So the game of chance is illegal in our country. Now moving on, we shall see about the growing trend of this particular industry in India. So the online gaming industry, it worth $3 billion, and the illegal offshore betting market worth is literally 20 to 30 billion dollars. So some estimate to $100 billion. Now the gambling prevalence, 19.5% of college students, 7.4% signs of, they show 7.4% of addiction, which is a very alarming thing. And children, they are spending over $1,000 daily. This is as per UNICEF's estimate. So you can make note of all these in your paper, and you can use it in your mains answer writing when this question on particular this topic arises. So moving on, we can talk about the causes of this rising online addiction. So the first thing is access. Currently we are performing better in our digital divide. So the access to internet has increased. So when just a smartphone is enough to play this particular game. So once you play, your adrenaline, it starts to get rise whenever you win. So this adrenaline push will make you to play a lot. This leads to addiction. Secondly, aggressive marketing. So when you are doing, when you are even searching in your Chrome, suddenly one celebrity will give an ad or will talk, just there will be a pop-up ad which will be telling about a particular game. So even before going into theaters, there will be ads that showing about gambling. So those kinds of celebrity ads, deceptive promotions are leading to gambling addiction. Thirdly, greedy for fast money. Fast money is the thing. So when we are needy, we require fast money, and for that we are investing in this. Fourthly, we have instant gratification, which is, since it is linked to digital upbringing. Apart from this, there is a social pressure, desire for status, luxury, and early earnings. For that also people are getting addicted to gambling. Finally, they lack awareness. Basic underlying thing is they lack awareness. Families they fail to detect the addiction signs. So these are certain causes of raising gambling addiction. Now we shall see what are all the impacts. First thing is health issue. So there will not be a proper sleep, stress, and screen addiction will be there. And secondly, mental health thing, especially the anxiety. When you are playing a game, there will be an anxiety, and if you are failing, it will lead to depression. So this even also leads to drug abuse, since you are not your health is compromised while playing while addictively playing a particular game. Thirdly, social isolation, withdrawal from family as well as friends in order to play the game. And financial loss, heavy debts, loan app scams. See, certain people, what they will be doing is they will get loan, or they will be in debt themselves, and they will be investing in online gambling, which is purely based on chances. So that is the very big concern. Then we have economic damage, loss of tax revenue. So finally, we have suicide, raising case among youth. Among the youth, the suicide is very high because they will be indebted due to this online gambling. So moving on, we shall say about the challenges in regulation. Firstly, weak enforcement of online gambling rules. Secondly, offshore betting sites, they evade India's tax laws. This is a very important thing that we have to look forward. Then the blurred legal lines. Users cannot differentiate between legal skill games and illegal betting. So this is a very basic thing that is affecting the implementation of the laws. So finally, we have money laundering through mule accounts. So this online gambling, it is also used as a platform for money laundering, especially through mule accounts. For example, 2,500 crore rupees of money is getting money laundered through this online gambling every month. And we have decentralized ads make tracking very difficult. So we could not have the proper source of who is making the ad. So this kind of decentralized ad is also making the implementation of the laws that is available very difficult. Now moving on, we shall see about the measures that has been taken by our government. See, firstly, the government has increased tax, 30% of tax on online gambling winning. This is as per 2024 to 25, and 28% GST on online gambling from 1st of October 2023. Apart from this, they have implemented Public Gambling Act 1867, IT Act 2000, and we have MeitY. They have blocked 1,410 gambling websites. This is as per 2022 to 25. And we have I4C, Indian Cyber Crime Coordination Center, to track the cyber crimes. So this cyber crimes especially is valid when it comes to the money laundering that is happening in our country. Now moving on, we shall see about certain other measures. Public awareness, government has started school advisories on safe gaming. Ads must carry financial risk disclaimers. So these has been mandated by our government. Then we have state level laws. For example, Telangana Gaming Amendment Act 2017. So those kinds of state level laws has also been implemented. So these are all very important facts that you have to remember. So here comes the question, what can be done to reduce this particular issue? So first thing is we have to clear legal distinction between skill based gaming and gambling. So we have to define the games. Secondly, we have to tightly enforce the rules and laws, especially when it comes to taxation and digital regulation. Thirdly, we have to bring in celebrity accountability for gambling acts. Fourthly, we have to bring public awareness campaign to prevent addiction. And finally, we have to bring in parental control tool and financial education for from childhood. So all these can help us to reduce the impact of online gaming. Now, based on the things we have discussed, I have framed a mains question for you. Let me read out the question. The rise of online gambling in India poses economic, legal, and social challenges. Discuss the causes, impact, and measures taken by the government to reduce the industry. Suggest a way forward. So you can write an answer for 10 marker and for 150 words, and you can post it in the comment section so that we can review your answer as well as your peers can review it. So without any delay, let us get into next news article discussion. Now look at this data point from the Hindu newspaper. This article talks about government assurance. Now currently it is in news because the Home Ministry, it has made 421 assurance in Lok Sabha and 388 assurance in Rajya Sabha. However, they had made a drop rate of up to 15% and 12%, which is highest among all the ministries, and that is why government assurance is currently in news. This particular topic, it can be asked under prelims as well as mains. In prelims, it will be asked under polity and governance, and in mains also it will be asked under governance, constitution and polity. So we shall start with what is government assurance. See, this particular committee called Committee of Government Assurance, it was formed in 1953 under Parliamentary Standing Committee. The very main purpose of this committee is to ensure implementation of promises made during question hour. So there will be two different status. Once the assurance is given, if it is not achieved within 3 months, then the government assurance will be categorized as pending. So if there is no extension granted, then the particular assurance that has been given by the particular ministry will be marked as dropped. So the monitoring authority currently is Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs. They will be giving the current trend of the assurance that has been made by the government or the ministries through the online assurance monitoring system OAMS portal. So this portal is a very important portal that brings in transparency. It lists all the assurance that has been made by each ministry in a particular website. So I'll show the website how it looks in a slide later. Now we shall see about the functions of this particular committee. So it scrutinizes all the assurances and promises made in the parliament, and it will report the implementation status of assurance. So it will set own procedure for functioning itself, and it will submit a report to parliament through chairman. Talking about the composition of this particular committee, it has a chairman with 10 members including the chairman. Now moving on, we shall see about the significance of government assurance. See, first thing is it will bring in government's accountability for timely and proper implementation of any kind of assurance as well as scheme. Secondly, it acts as a watchdog. So it will protect people's right. Thirdly, it will strengthen executive authority. So this will ensure commitment to policy implementation and effective governance. And fourthly, it will facilitate government action. This ministries must report fulfillment status. So through this also the accountability is actually checked upon. And finally, there is OAMS portal, which is a centralized real-time tracking system. So this is how the actual system actually looks like. Here you can see what are all the assurance has been made, what are all the assurance that has been implemented, what are the assurance that has been dropped, and what are all the assurance that are pending. So the number, if it is declining, it is too good for our democracy. This is what you can imagine. Now let us talk about the challenges in implementation. See, there are high pending and a dropping rate. This gives us an alarm that the functioning of the both the decision making body should effectively increase. For example, Lok Sabha 65% and 66% assurance is pending in 2024, which is very high, and we can just, you can go through the data that is given here, just numbers, but remember how much amount of difference is there. Now when we talk about ministry wise performance, a Ministry of Home Affairs, they have the highest drop rate, and year end performance, when we take, the drop rate is 5 to 11% in Lok Sabha and 2 to 15% in Rajya Sabha. Now moving on, we shall see what is the way ahead. See, first thing, we have to expand committee members so that we can get better oversight about what is happening in the parliament. Secondly, we have to introduce a sanction so that we can bring in penalty for higher pending or dropout rates. So this can be implemented. Thirdly, increasing the fund. So allocate more resources for assurance implementation. So instead of just monitoring it, we can bring in people, we can make the committee bigger so that the committee itself could help through funding as well as resources. And finally, dedicated meetings should be there. There should be separate meetings. Instead of just announcing that the particular assurance is not met, they can bring in a meeting, what are all the challenges they can ask about the from the stakeholders, and they can rectify the particular issue. So this can be done with a separate session beyond the question hour. So these are all very important facts that you have to remember when it comes to question hour, the government assurance. And based on the topics that we have discussed, I have framed a mains question for you. Government assurance in Parliament plays a crucial role in accountability. However, their high pending and dropout rate hinder governance. Discuss the challenges and suggest measures to improve their implementation. So it is a 150 word, you can write an answer for 150 word and for 10 marker, and you can post it in the comment section so that we can review your answer as well as your peers can review it. So with this, we came to the end of the news article discussion. If you like the video, hit like, do comment, and don't forget to subscribe to Shankar IAS Academy YouTube channel. Now, thank you so much for listening.